friends, this is Raman Gill with your daily Forex market analysis for February 7th, 2017. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. If you have questions about your individual investment needs, I recommend you talk to your investment advisor. Let's start off by looking at our economic calendar. Today we had inflation data out of New Zealand, which was better than expected. Last time it was at 1.7 and now inflation has gone up to 1.9. Most central banks have their inflation target at 2%, so we are nearly there for the New Zealand dollar. So this is a very positive sign for New Zealand, and as a result of that, we have seen New Zealand dollar push up. We also have interest rate decision out of the New Zealand Central Bank coming up later in the week, so this puts a positive spin on that, and market will be expecting the central bank to be more positive about the economy and the forecast for the New Zealand economy. As a result, market will be taking into account a potential interest rate hike coming up later in the year. With all in all, this is very positive for the New Zealand dollar, and hence we saw an up move in the New Zealand dollar as a result of the data that came out. We also had the cash rate, which is the interest rate statement from Australian dollar or Australian Central Bank, which is Reserve Bank of Australia, and they kept the interest rate the same, did not change anything. However, Australia also saw some positive data, so the economy is expected to grow at almost a 3% growth rate, which was lower before, and also the inflation for Australia also is coming in at higher than it was expected before. As a result of that, Australian dollar also pushed up, and this is actually pretty hawkish or pretty positive for Australia as well, and as a result, Australian dollar has gone up. Coming up tomorrow, we have Halifax HPI numbers for British pound, and then going into our US session, we have trade balance number for Canada and also trade balance for the US here, and building permits for Canada. We also do have the GDT price index coming out, which is the dairy prices. Everything looks positive for New Zealand dollar. However, dairy is one of the biggest industries. So if we see negative dairy prices or negative data come out for the dairy prices, that will have a negative impact on the New Zealand dollar. Unfortunately, we do not have a time for this, so we can't say when they will come out. So if you're trading the New Zealand dollar tomorrow, just be cautious of that. We also have the IVPMI numbers for Canada and the JOLTS job openings for the US. Other than that, not a ton of data here, but some important numbers here in terms of trade balance and then GDT price index for New Zealand dollar. Let's move on to the charts here. We're looking at pound US dollar daily chart. So pound is trading in a range at the moment. It's been holding above 124.20 and to the high of 127.12. So that has been the range that it has established at the moment. And today we did not see the British pound drop, even though we were expecting it to drop. And one of the reasons for that is because there is supposed to be a parliamentary vote on Brexit this week. On Wednesday, House of Commons is supposed to vote on that, and as a result, market is right now very much range bound, just waiting to see what happens with that. Overall, as the uncertainty with Brexit grows, that will be negative for British pound. However, if they are able to negotiate some positive agreements with the European Union, that will be positive for it. However, the uncertainty is likely to push the British pound lower. So watch out for that. And at the moment now, we are watching this 124.20 level. This is the bottom of the range. Price is sitting towards the bottom of the range here. If it breaks lower and holds lower, then we are expecting it to come down even further into this 122.50 area. However, if the price is not able to hold below this 124.20 level, we are likely to see it go up again towards this 127 level. So at this moment, we will just treat this as a range bound market, waiting to see if the price will hold above the 124.20 level or is it going to break through. So we do have some targets to the upside. We're looking at 12700 and to the bottom here we're looking at 122.50. Euro US dollar, we have a range here as well, and today price actually dropped down. One of the reasons for this is the rising political uncertainty in the Eurozone. We have elections coming up, and we are seeing a lot of similar kind of political tensions that we had leading up to the US elections. And as a result of that, this whole thing on immigration and the problems, that is having a negative impact on the euro. So if that continues, if the price here holds below the 10700 level, we are likely to see it push down lower into this 10650 area and potentially even further into 10600 area. So currently it has been trading in a range. It looks like it's trying to break through the range here, 10700 level. If it does manage to break below this 10700 and stay below this level, right now it has broken through this level but it hasn't held yet. So if it does hold below, this is where it just broke through that level, we may see it go back and do a back test of this level again. And if it holds below this 10700 level, we're likely to see it come towards this 10650 level and potentially even into the bottom here at 10600 level. So that's something to keep an eye on. Dollar CAD here, again, trading in this bit of a range here. Price has been going down for last few weeks, and over the last few days now, price seemed to have hit a bottom here. This is the previous support level, and price tried to break through this, and now we have started getting higher highs. And today the price jumped up quite a bit, but did pull back from there. At the moment, the price did close with the bullish candle here. It was a bullish engulfing candle. Because of that, we are expecting the price to move up higher to test the highs here at 131.40 level. If the price holds above the 131.40 level, we're likely to see it push towards 131.80. So at this point, price has hit the bottom, and we are looking for price to continue upward. The first resistance will be 131.40 and then 131.80 above that. Aussie dollar here, another range-bound market. The Reserve Bank of Australia did keep those interest rates on hold. However, we will see the monetary policy statement from Reserve Bank of Australia later in the week, which will have a greater impact on Australia than what we see at the moment here. Right now, last week we did see a push up higher, and now price is holding the highs. If the price keeps on holding above this 76.20 level, then we are likely to see a push higher into this 7700 level, and if it breaks through the 7700, we are looking at 7780 level, which is the high here, previous high. Right now it is range bound, and we would expect the prices trade within the range, and the bottom being 7620, high being 7700. We're looking for price to hold here. However, if it breaks higher, we are looking for 7780 as the next level. If it breaks through the bottom here through 7620, we're looking for it to push down lower into the 7550 level here. New Zealand dollar here, we saw the inflation number come in really positive. As a result, we have seen this big push up in New Zealand dollar, and now it seems to be holding the high here. So this is our previous support resistance level here. Price came into it, it's holding above it. If it continues to hold above this level, then we are looking for price to continue higher here towards 7400 level, and if that level gets broken, we are looking at 7480. So if we look back here, 7480 level is, or 7400 is the high here, which is the next level we are targeting. Right now price is holding above the 7350 level. If it continues to do so, we are looking for a push through 7400, and if it breaks through 7400, we could likely see it go to 7480 level. At this moment, it's very bullish. So that's it for now. I will see you next time.